Speak substance with syllables from my tongue. And gospel is not a genre, it's the truth where I'm from. Came out the mud of the slum. The sons was killing for crumbs.
I immediately see some stuff that I want. That Tuskegee Airman jacket is hard. The Negro League, I almost wore the K ski. I almost wore my Braves jacket, but it was a little too heavy. No, I thought you meant like your Hall of Legends, and I was like,
Space-wise.
Yeah.
Wait, he incarcerated? No, not anymore. Oh, he was. When he was. Yeah, when he was.
I was gonna say, they got
so now he's beating my ass because he's like, we just sat and played all day, you know, but we just, like you said,
deep, you know,
it's not that
it's
deep,
a chess game,
man. It's not that deep, man.
It's not that deep. How you doing?
Hi, you know what? Hi, baby. Hi, Donna. Pepper. Oh, it's okay. I'm just getting like, it's Friday night. Good evening. It's been a full day for me. I feel like, yeah, definitely all of the stuff that you would have seen up until this point was me out and about during the day for hours, and that's not usually, you know, I'm a homebody. Like, that's not usually my jam. I be in the house, or I be in my sister's house. When I'm in Atlanta, I'm in my mama's house. Going out and about is not my day-to-day. It's not my norm. It's not my typical. But I had a really, really good time today. Inglewood, like around Market Street. Did I talk about this? I maybe mentioned that I was doing this in yesterday's vlog. But Inglewood, around Market Street, had sort of this Black History family bazaar type of event with, like, you know, vendors and food and a lot of music. And it was so, so nice. It was so fun. You know, I went with Marcus, and then my sister and her husband Rashad and her baby Zora joined us, and we just had a really, really good time. But my social battery is worn out, and my social battery doesn't drain when I'm around my family, like, especially not my sister, and honestly not her husband either, because he's been around since high school, and not her baby because she feels like she's mine. But I did interact with other people a fair bit. A lot of people liked what I was wearing, and so asked if they could take, or like the photographers, I guess, for the event, liked what I was wearing and asked to take photos of me. People asked to take photos of Marcus and I together. We did look kind of similar. We do this unintentionally. We dress similarly more often than I'd like to admit. So we both had on, like, he had on like a sweater, like a Coogee-esque sweater, and I had on a sweater vest that had a lot going on, or that was, like, you know, poppy and had cool designs on it or whatever. Y'all will see in the footage. Anyway, I had to interact with people more than I normally do on the day-to-day, and so I'm tired. I'm trying to just relax a little bit. I'm taking some time to edit this YouTube vlog. Editing doesn't feel too much like work to me, honestly, and I wonder if it's because I don't edit for my job. Obviously, I'm a filmmaker, and obviously editing is a big part of the filmmaking process, or the television making process, but obviously I work with editors a lot, but I'm not ever the one in the program doing anything. I haven't really done that since film school, and so there's something about editing, the flow of it, that feels like writing to me, but it's different, and it's a little soothing. Like, I don't know. I've been really enjoying being in Premiere. Like, I've been really enjoying being in this program with my minimal skills. Now, I'm not doing anything crazy, and then when I need to figure something out, I Google the shit out of it. It's calming to me, so I'm almost done with this vlog editing, so I'm gonna finish up this vlog, and then I'm gonna relax for the rest of the night. I think Adana and I talked about doing work this weekend. We're absolutely doing work this weekend. We'll definitely work tomorrow. We don't have anything else on the schedule for tomorrow. We were going to work today as well, but we were just out all day, and we're both tired. She got a baby she gotta take care of, so we're just not going to do any like work today. Or I guess if I decide to do work, I do have a script to read that was submitted to me for my consideration to direct. And by consideration, like they're like, oh, she would be a cool fit to direct this movie. Let's send her the script, she'll read it, she'll decide if she's interested or not. And if I am interested in it, then I'll have to pitch on it. So it's not like I just get the job. It is a book that is, or it's a movie, a script that is based off of a pretty popular book. It was pretty popular on Book Talk and Bookstagram and BookTube for the last couple years, I think. And so I haven't read the book yet. It's on my TBR still. It's literally over here on my shelf, but I'm interested. Obviously, I bought the book before I knew that it was big on book internet and or the book medias. So I was always interested in the premise, and so I'll be reading the script before I actually get a chance to read the book. But that's fine with me. They sent me this script like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it's gonna time out around, like they send like time sensitive scripts so people can't just hang on to their stuff for a long time. And so I think it times out around March 2nd or March 3rd or 4th or something. Either way, I need to read it and, you know, get that off my plate. So might do that after I'm done editing. And then if I have energy left, I'm going to play a game. It's going to be between, I think it's between Tekken 8, Pokemon Violet. Yeah, I think it's those two. I was going to say Tales of Arise, but maybe Tales of Arise as well. I don't know. I feel like some adventure, like not hyper cozy games. There's also Potion Permit, which is a little more cozy. I'll see. I think it's really between Tekken 8 and Pokemon Violet. So we'll see. Two very different games, but we'll see what I'm in the mood for. All right, so I'm going to keep editing this vlog and then have the rest of the evening. It's 6:26, so almost 6:30. Around 7:30, I would like to have the rest of the evening to myself. So go and get into it. What's up, y'all? Good morning. I am headed out and rushing because I'm behind like I usually am, but I'm headed out and rushing to go get my sister, as I'm always doing when I leave. I'm headed out to go get my sister so that we can go do a out-of-home work day. Like, we're gonna go work from Barnes & Noble today. We're trying to like incorporate that like once a week. We love working from home. It's our preference, but I think that we need a little bit of a change up sometimes, especially during like the weeks where we're feeling like a little sluggish or a little slower, a little more bogged down. We just think it might be helpful to shake it up a bit, or, you know, we just think it might be helpful to vary it up a little bit and see what's going on. And we love bookstores. So that's what we're going to do. The Barnes & Noble that we're going to has like a little cafe and stuff. So we're going to go there and sit and work. I'm going to bring this camera and try vlogging with it for the first time out in public, like public. And see how I feel. And if it feels weird, then I'll just switch to my phone. It is what it is. I'm still getting used to this. Yeah, so I'm just packing up this bag, my Muraway bag. It's a black owned brand. It's not like gigantic, but it's a good enough size that it can fit my little 13-inch MacBook and other stuff that I need. I'll bring my little iPad mini. I'm gonna try to fit my AirPod Maxes, but if it doesn't work out, then I have my Samsung earbuds. I do have a Samsung phone. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It is what it is. And then, yeah, maybe I'll do a what's in my bag situation when we get to Barnes & Noble. And I might do the fit check when we get there as well, because I need to move. I need to get going. So I will check in when we get to Barnes. It's a camera. A camera.
What's that? What's that?
What's that? What do you think represents like the active pacifism? Is that like, or like, you know, things will work out how they work out type of thing? Yeah. Or like, you know, who feel like they don't have to take this stand. They're light and represent, but they ain't got no other plan. Alright. Loss of identity or just finding your identity? Search for identity. Search for identity? Search. Yeah, identity crisis. Maybe identity crisis. Maybe identity crisis. Yeah, identity crisis and a cautionary tale. Right. Okay. Alright, darker the light. What is this? Right? Like we'll see. Yeah. Like sometimes that's good. Like light will win. Sometimes we feel like the light will come out on top, and then sometimes we'll feel like, or we'll see that the darker forces are coming out on top. We got our work in for the day, and so now we're just perusing Barnes & Noble. We are leaving here with a book, the both of us. We're in the kids section right now. My sister wants to grab my niece, her baby, a cute Valentine's Day book. We always get her books for like various holidays and whatnot, so that's what we're looking at now and why we're in the children's section. Find anything good? Yeah, I think I like this one. Oh, that's cute. They got a lot of little, those guys want for every season. These trucks? Yeah. So my sister's gonna grab this one. Oh, they have a bunch for this one too on the back. They have a Goodnight Train, but then they have Goodnight Train Rolls On. I don't know what this is. But Goodnight Santa in the Goodnight Train. Ooh. The Goodnight Train Halloween. The Goodnight Train Easter. Oh, they have an Easter one? I'll be back for the Easter. We should get her the Easter one. That's gonna come short. I mean, we'll be back here before Easter time. Are you going home for Easter? I know. The only thing is that we would have to circle right back. Because Marcus and I are going in March. Because this wedding shit's going to add up soon. I looked at the price for the videographer. I said, oh, okay. And then batch stuff, batch party stuff. I'm just trying to be more cognizant of what I'm spending money on in general, but then also because I have this big expense of the wedding. Yeah. Oh my, look at these little books. There's a Cynthia Erivo. I saw Cynthia first. Look at these books. These big head books. Jesus, which I don't know about that, but Harvey Milk, I know that's right. Harvey Milk, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. All right, so doing a quick outfit check here. It's not going to be full body. I guess it's never really. I don't have the lens that goes wide enough for that, and a mic that carries maybe. But here, I'm gonna set this here. Alright, so I just have on this thrifted leather jacket. I like it because it's like a regular leather jacket, but it has like embellishments on it. So like these studs here, studs along the back, and then just like gold chain, big hoop earrings because my hair is like very tiny and like a little bun today. And then the pants, get it a little lower so you can see the pants. Maybe even lower than that. Hold on. And then these are the jeans. It's my version of a very easy fit, easily put together, but because each item, like it's like black turtleneck, leather jacket, jeans and boots, but because each item has like a little bit more going on, it's a little bit more expressive, which I like. So like these are like cargos, super baggy, very low-waisted, like the most low-waisted I'm willing to go, honestly. And then just these Chelsea Doc Martens, which are in these cool cream color. So yeah, that's this disjointed fit check for today. Work day at Barnes & Noble. All right, y'all. It's been a rainy but very cozy work day out at the Barnes and Noble, and I feel like we were pretty productive.
I don't feel like we were any less productive than we are at home, to be honest, because I would have gotten to bed.
Today especially, I would have been, I mean, I'm in the bed most days. Mm-hmm. Today would have been all bed. Mm-hmm. All day. Mm-hmm. So I think we got like a fair amount done, and I might do a little bit more once we get back to yours.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just wanted to do like a tiny book haul for y'all. We got some books, obviously, at Barnes and Noble. It's hard for any reader to enter a bookstore and not leave with a book. Those of y'all who do it, the discipline is strong, and
we ain't got it.
Yeah, we ain't got it. So you want to start with yours?
Sure. So for myself, I got 3. I was only bought Black authors today for Black History Month, and so I got one that sounds like it's gonna be pretty tragic, called Leaving Atlanta, because we're from Atlanta and we're also like we're familiar with it's historical fiction. I think I got all.
Oh, it's historical fiction.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's historical fiction about like the Atlanta child murders in the 80s.
Yeah.
But it sounds like it's going to be captivating, and it's a topic that I'm already interested in. So I was like, and I love historical fiction, so
yeah.
Got this one by Tayari Jones. Definitely black. Yeah. Definitely a black name.
What's the other book it says that you wrote? An American Marriage?
An American Marriage, yeah. So
is it a black marriage?
Book club selection. I don't know.
I'm gonna look into it. Yeah.
It's black. It's
black.
So yes.
Yep.
The other thing I got is this book by, I'm gonna pronounce it the way Nigerians would. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but Kiese Layman. It's called Long Division, and it says it's like, to me it's hard to sum up, but the what clinched it for me was where it says Long Division is an ambitious mix of contemporary Southern Gothic and Murakami-esque magical realism, and I was like, yeah, this sounds like it's for me.
I got Marcus this collection of Murakami manga.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's on our shelves. It's like displayed on our shelves because the cover is really cool too.
Yeah, but basically it's like this boy ends up, the boy's name is City, which I was like, I like that.
I like that too.
But his name is Satoyan, but he goes by City. Satoyan goes by City. But basically, he like becomes an overnight YouTube celebrity after an onstage meltdown during a nationally televised "Can You Use That Word in a Sentence" contest. And then the next day,
wait, this is a comedy?
It's like it's like
or a dark comedy.
It says sharp humor.
Yeah.
So it's probably a dark comedy. It says the next day he's sent to stay with his grandmother in a small Mississippi community where a young girl named Baze Shepherd has recently disappeared. Before leaving, City is given a strange book called Long Division without an author. He learns that one of the book's main characters is also named City Colson, but Long Division is set in 1985. And so I was like, yeah, this sounds interesting.
That sounds really interesting. I'm going to borrow that one too.
And then the last thing I have is called The Mayor of Maxwell Street. And I've been also historical fiction, about,
This is the Rich Blacks?
Yeah, 1920s Chicago with, like the black elite, and it's like set during like the black elite in Chicago, but they're also dealing with like Jim Crow issues because there's an influx of people from the South moving to Chicago because they don't want to deal with Jim Crow no more.
Yeah.
And then it's also set in like the Prohibition era Chicago, so it's like a kind of like a, I want to say like mystery thriller, but also there's a romance at the heart of it. So I was like, yeah, this sounds.
Oh, it's a romance.
There's a romance in it.
Is there a romance element, or is it romance with all the other genres?
I don't know how it leans, but it
like how
feels
the balance
like
is.
all that other stuff is the most important
Okay.
stuff. And then they're like,
That's
also
how
there's
interesting.
a love worth fighting for. And
Oh,
I'm like,
okay. Then yeah. So yeah.
So
that's also something
yep.
I
So
might
this sounds
crack open.
hyper up my alley, and so got this. And then I also got my baby some books. We like to get her like holiday themed books. We like to get her seasonal themed books.
Yeah.
And so Valentine's Day is coming up, so I got her this Goodnight Train Valentine book, which seems really, really cute and cozy. They also have like Halloween, Christmas, Easter, stuff like that. So I'm like, we could explore those other ones. I like
It'll be a series.
It'll be a series, yeah. It'd be cute. If she's into it, I'll get the rest of the series. And then I got her this pop-up surprise Winter in the Forest book. She already has the Autumn in the Forest book, pop-up surprise book, and she loves that one. So I was like, oh, it's still winter. And so it's not like Christmassy, because I'm very much like, when Christmas time is over, it's over. But it's still seasonally winter. So
yeah,
I was like, she'll love this as well. So
I love it.
That's what I got.
That's what you got? All right. What I got, I also got 3 books by Black authors. I think they're not all Black women. It's 1 Black woman and 2 Black men. I'm assuming they're Black women. I don't know their identities. But the first one I got is like, and it's a thickie.
Yeah,
it's not crazy. The $3.95. Oh yeah, this is like a 400-page book.
This Mayor of Maxwell Street one is hold on. Thick. It's like 500 pages.
Yeah, that's a thickie. Oh, bitch, Spellman. Now hold on a second. And UCLA School of hold on. Now this bitch has done everything that I've done. Hold on. Let me tell them about the Bookstore.
Okay, yeah.
Crystal Smith Paul.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look this up. And because I was also like
Reese Witherspoon?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Because I was also I wrote off these purchases because every single one of them I was like, I could see us adapting this.
I should have wrote mine off.
Yeah, I used my business card. You didn't use your business card?
Okay.
But yeah, okay, so I got Did You Hear About Kitty Carr? Okay, so this one is essentially about this like white Hollywood icon, and she dies. And when she dies, she bequeaths her like multi-million-dollar estate to, it says, quote, the wealthy young Black St. John sisters, and it prompts an avalanche of questions. And so it's basically about like the rich Blacks, which I love. It's a period piece as well, because it's set in, oh, maybe it's not a period piece. I don't actually know that for sure.
It looks a little period.
It looks like the cover made me think it was a period piece, but maybe it's not. I guess we'll see. It doesn't specify on the back. But essentially, like, it's about like whether or not like these wealthy Black folks belong in this show, like Hollywood showbiz community, even though they have like all of this money now because this rich lady left them her estate essentially. And then there's also a mystery at the center because they discover one of her journals and stuff, and they're like, apparently shit goes down. So
cool.
Yeah, it sounds really interesting. I'm excited to get into this. I also got What Napoleon Could Not Do by D.K. Nuru. I'm also pronouncing this like how Nigerians would pronounce it, but I'm not.
He's Ghanaian, right?
Yeah, he's Ghanaian, but you know, their pronunciations aren't exactly the same.
No,
it's West African, but DK Nuru. This one is essentially, it's like an American dream story, but about siblings who are not siblings, but brother and sister, Jacob and Belinda and T, and they both have the goal of moving to the U.S., but it's a struggle for Jacob and less so for his sister Belinda. And so he's sort of like dealing with like, oh, I moved to America and it wasn't all that's cracked up to be. Like, he sees how like Black Americans are treated and he's like, what's going on here? But his sister, like, apparently she goes to college, then law school, and then marries like a wealthy Black businessman from Texas. And so her life is like markedly different, and her experience is markedly different than what he's experiencing in the United States. And so it's really interesting.
The third person is her husband, right?
The third person is her husband, yeah. And so it says, for these three, their ambitions and desires highlight the promise and pain of life in the United States, how they came to understand this, how each learns from their unfulfilled dreams, and are essential to what Napoleon could not do. By turns moving and uproarious, expansive and intimate, this is the compelling story of how we come to terms with the world that we make for ourselves. And so this sounded fantastic to me. We're the children of an immigrant from the continent, from Nigeria. And so I was just like, I was fascinated by this. And like the cover, y'all, the cover is beautiful. Gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and then the last book by a Black author that I got is by a two-time winner of the Pulitzer Prize. Oh, no. Come on now.
I said I knew this name sounded familiar. Now let me read.
Two-time winner of the Pulitzer Prize, Colson Whitehead. This is called Crook Manifesto. I said, let me crack this and see what this is about.
Crooked.
No, Crook Manifesto.
Oh, Crook.
Because it's all about it's about like people saw crimes. No, this is, remember I said it's like Fargo-y. Mm-hmm. And so it's essentially about it's set in the 70s, so 1971, then it'll get to 73, and then it'll get to 76, and it's about sort of the lives of these intersecting folks. They all know each other, and so there's like Ray Carney, and then there's his friend Pepper, and then there's his wife Elizabeth, and how they're all responding to sort of like
the tensions that are happening in New York, and there's like a shooting war breaking out between the NYPD and the Black Liberation Army. But the main character, Ray Carney, he just like trying to sell his furniture and like keep his head down, but then he needs Jackson 5 tickets, and so he like goes to his cop friend to like try to help him out, but his cop friend is like, but I need you to do a little something for me. And so he's like kind of pulled back into the world of crime. And then there's his like friend who's Pepper, who they describe as endearingly violent, his endearingly violent partner in crime. Yeah, Pepper is basically like, I don't know what the world is without violence. Like, people are trying to like settle things down. I'm here for like the world of like hijackings and heists and quote assorted felonies. And then there's Elizabeth, who is like campaigning, like trying to change the fabric of the community. So she's campaigning, not the fabric. She's campaigning for her childhood friend, the former assistant DA and rising politician. But then fire severely injures one of her husband's tenants. So fire breaks out, and then her husband enlists her to sort of like figure out what's going on. Anyway, it says Crook. This sounded immediately up my alley. Like, it sounded darkly comedic. It sounds hilarious. And it says that like Crook Manifesto is a darkly funny tale of a city under siege, but also a sneakily searching portrait of the meaning of family. Colson Whitehead's kaleidoscope portrait of Harlem is sure to stand as one of the all-time great evocations of a place and a time. So, got Crook Manifesto.
You know what I realized is that like I've been gravitating a lot. So there was a point where I was like, Black people, violence, race stuff. I'm good on.
I'm tapped out.
I'm tapped out.
Yeah.
But I feel like probably because of the state of the world, I'm like, no, we need this shit more than ever, and like we need to be, because people are trying to rewrite history in real time. First,
That's
of all.
real.
And so we need not just like textbooks.
My mic is on.
I'm a musician. I don't sample, you know. It's not Memorex. I go on stage and my microphone is on.
What? Speaking of sampling, what?
We need not only like the real telling in like school textbooks, but we also need the art to like, you know, to remind us about where we came from, where we at, and where we're going. You know, so I feel like it's part of my resistance. It's part of my activism to like, and these are things that I could see.
Well, art has always been part of resistance. Art has always been part of activism. Yeah. And so we're like, I mean, these books are definitely so, but like part of the reason, I mean, they all sounded interesting to me. They all sounded like,
but they also have to be of my tone.
They have to be of my tone, but then they all also felt like, unless some of them already are, well, I'll have to look into it, but I'm like, these are all very adaptable. Like, we could adapt these all for film or TV. Yep. And so I was like, you know, absolutely gonna get these. But yeah, tone is important for us especially, and I think all of these sort of could encompass a tone. That was the thing, is that we got burnt out on a lot of like Black violence stuff, or civil rights, Jim Crow, slavery, police brutality stuff, because they all felt like at a certain point or at a certain time, they felt like they were all encompassing a single tone,
which is just trauma.
And we were like, can we approach this a different way? And this is how Adana and I work together anyway with our original ideas. It's like, if we're approaching something specific, it's like, what is a way that we can juxtapose something, or what is a unique way in? And so all of these sound like a unique way in. Right. You know what I mean? Like, especially the Crook Manifesto is obviously tackling like something, or examining something specific and serious and meaningful, but like the way in is darkly comedic. And that's just our jam. So and so and my last book, this isn't by a Black author, but it's by a Japanese author, Michiko Aoyama. It's called What You Are Looking For Is in the Library, and it just sounded really sweet, and like it was going to be like a bit of a feel-good read. And it's about a librarian who essentially finds the perfect books for those who need them. So like, there's a restless retail assistant who's looking to gain new skills, a mother who's trying to overcome demotion at work after maternity leave. A conscientious accountant who yearns to open an antique store, a recently retired salaryman who searches for a newfound purpose. And so it's like this inspirational tale shows how by listening to our hearts, seizing opportunity, and reaching out, we too can fulfill our lifelong dreams. Which book will you recommend? And it just sounded like lovely and cozy. And I also want to start, I have like maybe 1 or 2 books already in my library, in my collection, that I'll read during that time, but I wanted to start collecting books for Asian Pacific Heritage Month, and Asian and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab this. And it sounded sweet, and I thought it was, I love the title, like What You Are Looking For Is in the Library. That's the title that I love. And it's like, it's not too long. Oh, there's pictures.
Oh, there's illustrations. That's great.
There's illustrations. Y'all look at this.
They're beautiful too.
Lovely. Oh, we didn't figure out this whole Spellman situation. Hold on. So, like, Crystal Smith Paul, it's on the back. I saw it. Crystal Smith Paul attended Spelman College and UCLA's School of Theater, Film, and Television and received her master's degree in journalism from NYU. Now, she did one thing I didn't do because I said there will be no more school for
about
me.
it. Well,
I did talk about. I talked about getting a master's in journalism, but I wasn't going to do that in film school.
No,
maybe I say that, but anyway, girl, when did you?
She's young.
She looks young, but she black though, so sometimes you don't know because black people be looking young as hell. But this one is her debut novel. That's another thing. This one is her debut novel. But y'all, I don't know if I talked about it. Oh, I definitely talked about it in my intro video. But I went to Spelman College. I don't know if I mentioned Spelman in my intro video. I think I just was like, I went to UCLA for film school because I was talking about film school. But I'm going to do a separate video that chronicles my whole, like my film school journey and stuff like that. Because it started at Spelman, it's true. But I went to Spelman College. Adana went to Spelman College as well, obviously. Maybe that's not so obvious. Twins be splitting up. We don't like it. We split up when I went to film school. You were in law school, but we didn't like it. So yeah, we went to Spelman College. And then I went to UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television and got my MFA in directing. Like, this, let me look into her. I feel like we should be friends.
So we should find her.
We should find her. Is that what you looking into her now?
Yeah, I'm just.
We gonna find her. But all right, y'all. Adana and I are determined to do a little bit more work when we get back to her spot. And so we should get into this.
I'm on her website.
We should have her. It sounds cool. It also sounds so adaptable.
It's her debut. Okay, yeah.
It's her debut novel.
Her debut novel is a sprawling page turner set against the backdrop of the Hollywood machine, which.
Love it. That's cool. And it says that her nonfiction writing has appeared in Salon, Jezebel, and the HuffPost. She currently works in digital marketing for wellness and beauty brands. Girl, what? Wow. Did you hear about Kitty Parr's her first novel? We should be friends. Yeah. Now she went to TFT. For what? Did she do maybe screenwriting? All right, let's head out. We've been yapping. Let's head out. All right, y'all. I am back home after Barnes & Noble workday, after dropping my sister off at her spot and spending a bit of time with my niece. So I'm officially clocked out. Marcus is my fiance. I don't know if I've ever said that. Well, Marcus is my fiance, and we have decided to designate Wednesday for date nights. That's where we are in our relationship. So we decided we're gonna have like date nights, house date nights on Wednesdays, unless it's like we really want to go out or we're both really feeling it, because we both work a lot and are usually tired. We're old also, so we're usually tired by the time it's time for us to clock out and wind down. That's my watch telling me that it's date night. Y'all see that? So anyway, we're just going to relax and probably cut on one of the shows that we are watching together. We are so behind on so many shows, y'all. It's crazy. Like, working in TV and film, you want to keep up, you try to keep up with all the stuff that's going on and all the stuff you're watching, but like when you're creating TV and film, sometimes it becomes a little noisy to consume a bunch of TV and film, at least the stuff that's like in the realm of what you're working on. So like I have the TV on every single day, but I have YouTube on, or I have on like Dateline. I'm a little addicted to Dateline. Yeah, I just am, like a lot of women. Or I'll have on shows, like comfort shows, like things that I've seen 1,000 times, things that I don't mind having on in the background. But like when it comes to like new stuff, sometimes, at least for me, it gets like a little noisy in my brain to consume like new episodes of things, depending on what it is. So I fall behind on the stuff that I want to watch and should be watching. And so we're going to catch up on some things. I know that we want to start Arcane Season 2.
We want to watch Severance season 2, and I think that like we've never finished Batman Cape Crusader together. I wrote on the show, so I've seen the episodes, but we were watching it together. Like, he's a big Batman person, and so we haven't finished Batman Cape Crusader, and we wanted to start the Penguin series. Is that all? I know that's not all. We're also like rewatching like Inuyasha, which is just 1,000 episodes. That's going to be an ongoing project. Like, I can't even get it. Inuyasha, the old school anime, had no less than 1 billion episodes for their series. Some of them are still going on. I'm looking at you, Bleach. And that's not even including the mangas. Oh my god. So yeah, so we'll pick something to watch. We'll see what we land on. But yeah, we're just gonna like, it's nice and rainy today, like I said, so we're just gonna like get cozy, put on the fireplace, cuddle up, and eat dinner and watch a show. Oh, what I did want to say was that it was really cool in Barnes & Noble. My sister and I were like looking at the last of the books that we wanted to check out before we checked out of the store. And a woman came up to us and was essentially like, it was essentially the twin thing, like the twin effect. Like, when you're twins and you're out in public, a lot of times people will be like, oh my god, are you guys sisters? Oh my god, are you guys twins? And so that's what happened. And so she kind of just like, that was the kickoff to the conversation, but she kept chatting us up through there. Oh, and it was also our hair. So like my hair, it's never this small, y'all. Like, it's really, I like it when I look in the mirror, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't know. But it's never this little and compact, like a nice little bun. Like, I feel like I could do this to make a slick bun. It's always like bigger. But it's just been really shrunken lately, and I haven't felt like doing anything to it or retwisting it or anything like that. So, but anyway, my sister's hair is a little bigger today, but it's not huge. But so we still looked alike. And so she says she has a close friend who recently moved here. And she is from, she's Dominican. And so she was like, she's looking, Dominicans, a lot of them got black hair. And so she was like, she's looking for places to get her hair done. And she asked where we were from in the area. We said we lived in Inglewood. And she was like, oh yeah, her friend was telling her like Inglewood is where she's going to start looking for spots to get her hair done, because again, that's where the black folks live. And we were like, yeah, we go to a spot in Inglewood for sure. And it took us a long time to find this place. It's called Lulu Salon. I love Lulu's. And that's our spot here in LA. And so anyway, she's just like chatting us up about hair and stuff. And then she was like, oh, you guys are like so cute or whatever. Like, you get a lot of cute talk about being twins and stuff. And she was like what brought you guys here? Because we were saying like, it took us a long time to find some place here to get our hair done. We're from Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, what brought you guys here? And my sister was like, work. And she was like, well, what do you guys do? And we told her that we work in TV and film and that we're writers for TV and film. And so we ended up talking a lot about that. And she was so sweet. She was just like, how long have you guys been doing it? We were like 5 years. We hit 5 years in January 2025. And she was just like, asking us what we've written on. And we like, ran through the credits really quickly. Like, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I directed on Atlanta and Swarm and on Poker Face most recently. And then we also wrote on Batman Cape Crusader. And she was just like, y'all are, it was so cute. She was just like, y'all are like living the dream. You guys should like talk to like film school students who, are aspiring to do what y'all are doing at this point. And she was just like, it's so amazing she was like, wait, am I talking to celebrities? And I was like, girl, no, ain't nobody a celebrity over here, and no desire to be a celebrity. Like, just want to make art and make money. She was just like, essentially saying that like, we're inspiring. Like, we moved out here to work in a really tough industry. She said that someone she spoke to said that only 2% of people who like aspire or move to LA to work in the TV and film industry actually end up working in the TV and film industry. She was also asking, like, she was like, do you guys do anything else? Like, or is this like your full-time job? Like, do y'all write and like direct for TV and film full-time? And we were like, this is our full-time job. Like, we don't do nothing else on the side. And she was just saying how inspiring that is that like, she's never met anyone out here who has like come to do this thing and made it. And that felt good. I think sometimes you need like perspective. Sometimes I get so, you know, bogged down with like trying to get things made, trying to get things greenlit, like writing scripts, writing pitches, writing treatments, doing general meetings with all these producers or production companies, like pitching things and then those things not selling, pitching things, ideas, and people being like, oh, no one's like doing period right now, or no one's doing limited series anymore. You get so bogged down when you're in it with the nose that sometimes you don't, or you maybe temporarily lose perspective of like where you're actually at. And I often try to remind myself, and probably I don't do it as much as I should, but like, this is where you're at. First of all, is where you're supposed to be at, and all of those things will soon come. But also, like, this is what you're living the dream. This is great. Like, you haven't, you know, for all the no's that you have been experiencing, or all the like laters that you are being told about, like, you have written on a bunch of cool shows. You did make a feature film that had a theatrical release, which is like huge. You are currently in an overall deal. This is your second TV overall deal for two bitches who have not produced or made their own TV shows yet. Like, I'm gonna say yet, but like, that's huge. That's just based off of your writing credits in the movie that you made, and that is like borderline unheard of for a lot of people, and for two people who have only like haven't, in the grand scheme of things, haven't been doing this that long. Like, 2 overall deals in 5 years, writing on this many shows in 5 years, like directing on this many shows, this many episodes of TV in 5 years. That's a feat, and I think a lot of the times I don't allow myself to slow down and take stock of what I've done and celebrate what I've done, and, you know, be as thankful as I should be for what I've been able to do. I'm just like, okay, I did this thing, now on to the next. I did this thing, now on to the next. And I'm just so like laser focused on some sort of goal that I don't enjoy the present, and I don't reflect on the blessings of the past. So it was just a really nice experience to have in the Barnes and Noble, and on like a really chill day where we actually did get like a lot of work done. We did make a good dent in our work, and it felt good to be working, which it doesn't always. No matter if you're working in your dream or your passion, sometimes it just don't feel good, and sometimes you like need a little bit of break. But all right, I've kept Marcus waiting long enough. Let's cuddle up. Let's watch something. So we are on episode 8. The last one we watched was episode 7, and this is the episode, one of the episodes my sister and I wrote. We also wrote this one, episode 3. So the Catwoman episode, and then the Gordon, oh, missed it. Then the Gordon-centric episode, episode 7. All right, on to episode 8 then. I mean, first of all, we have in series we have more time.
Well, even episode to episode.
Oh, you're saying episode to episode, you feel like Cape Crusader is more successful than emo Batman?
Artistically.
And
both are.
In what ways do you mean? In the mystery element?
I'm in the mystery. I think I was thinking about it after I asked. I wonder if part of it is like here. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I just genuinely don't know what's gonna happen. We don't even know who the villain is gonna be. And like I think part of the thing in emo Batman, a spoiler for YouTube, is that like the twist is like, oh, cops are corrupt. It's like, well, we know this. It's Gotham. It's Gotham, bro. Like, we knew this 60 years ago. Part of why the mystery here is successful is like, because you just don't know what's happening, and that's mystery 101.
So I think, so maybe that is, hearing you say that, the approach that we took to when we were writing Batman Cape Crusader, like Bruce Timm was like very much on the side of like, we are not reinventing the wheel for anything. Like, at this stage in 20 whatever year that was that it dropped. I mean, it dropped in 2024, but we wrote it in 2021. My God, we wrote it in 2021, and so he was very much like, we are not reinventing the Batman wheel for anyone. Like, everyone knows who Batman is and, like, the gist of his deal, right?
You get it.
And so part of that was also, like, everyone knows what Gotham is about.
Yeah.
Gotham is corrupt, right? That's why Batman is necessary in Gotham. And so I think what we were really interested in series was focusing on the mysteries of the corruption. The Batman was sort of like, to me, not even really a mystery. I felt like we knew who was doing what most of the time.
That's what I didn't understand.
So we finished an episode. We finished the 8th episode, and I just want to show y'all that. Look, there goes my name, Adama Ebo, and Adana Ebo, my writing partner and twin sister. And we are credited as producers on this project. And it gets a little confusing, but producers are actually, it's actually like a writing level. Like, it's a level of writer. And I can get into the specifics of like the different levels of writers in a writer's room. Because you start off as like a staff writer, and then you can, as you gain more experience, as you write on more and more shows, you get bumped up a level. And so on Batman Cape Crusader, we were producer level writers, and so that's why we're credited as producers. That is it. We finished the episode. And now, I don't know if we're going to watch another one or if we're just going to relax. But it's been a pretty good evening so far. Would you say it's been a good evening?
It's about to be.
Marcus.